Hey guys, in today's video, we are going to discuss the terrible crash of Terra Luna and the 3 lessons we can learn regarding this unprecedented event in the crypto market. This event that just happened in the crypto sphere is so big that it was hard to miss this information. However, by any chance, if you did miss it, just sit back and relax and learn more about this in this video. Now we will quickly make a summary of what happened, how the $60 billion Terra Luna ecosystem was precipitated into an unstoppable spiral, and what are the 3 lessons to be learned from this event that will probably go down in history as one of the biggest disasters in the crypto market since their appearance. Now, what exactly happened? Just the other week, the Terra Luna crypto project, which is best known for its stablecoin, USD, and its token, Luna, experienced one of the most spectacular crashes we've ever seen in the crypto market. The USD stablecoin is an algorithmic stablecoin that works in tandem with the Luna token with a sort of pendulum mechanism. When there is a demand for USD, new USD tokens are created and Luna tokens are burnt and vice versa. The system was supposed to stabilize itself since when the value of USD is too high or too low against the dollar, it creates arbitrage opportunities for investors who are supposed to bring the value of USD back to $1. But on May 9, it seems that a speculative attack was launched against the USD and Luna. Probably one or more entities with large financial resources that took advantage of the weak points in the mechanism of Luna and the USD, and that probably took advantage of this attack to make a huge profit. That day, we started to see the value of the USD drop below $1. The Luna Foundation began to sell off its Bitcoin reserves that it had been accumulating for several months at a loss in order to buy back USD and try to re-establish the anchor between USD and Luna. But in the end, this only made the situation worse. On May 16, the Luna Foundation ended up selling its entire reserves in an attempt to re-establish the peg, which amounted to over 80,000 Bitcoins. In the meantime, the Luna token was completely gone, the amounts of token in circulation reaching the exorbitant number of 6,000 billion tokens, and in the end, the Luna Foundation ended up stopping the blockchain to try to limit the risk of an attack on the governance of the protocol. In fact, what was remarkable was the violence and sustaining of the fall. In the space of a few days, the market cap of USD from 18 billion to 1 billion, and the market cap of the token Luna went from 30 billion to 1 billion, and both tokens lost almost all of their value. It was almost unbelievable to see something that was worth almost $60 billion at the beginning of May and represented a significant proposition in decentralized finance at a value cost to zero in such a short time. Luna's fall has had a non-trivial impact on the financial health of other cryptos. Unfortunately, some people have lost a lot of money. Some even lost their homes to it. So significantly, there is no reason to laugh because this is the kind of disaster that will have dramatic consequences in real life, especially if the amount invested represents a large part of your financial assets. This is one of the reasons why when you're interested in risky investments like ALT coins, you should diversify by investing a small percentage of your portfolio in ALT coins. Beyond this notion of thinking carefully about the risks associated with an investment and diversifying our riskiest investments well, 3 lessons from the fall of Luna are worth remembering. The first lesson to be learned is that a potential for high gains usually hides high risk. In fact, the main attraction of the Luna ecosystem for investors was the Anchor protocol, which offered quite insane returns, up to 20% annually. When you first view it, one can indeed find this very attractive, except that a return, no matter what the percentage, has to come from somewhere. Either it comes from a creation of value in the form of a production of service, and in that case, it does not pose any particular problem. But if it is not the case, then the return must necessarily come from a new entry of money in the ecosystem, which necessarily makes it a Ponzi pyramid or a finance by a monetary reserve. But it is led to run out, and at that moment we understand well that the promised returns can only be ephemeral. Then there is a great risk of seeing the liquidity escape from this blockchain once the return has decreased. So the lesson here is that before you invest in something whose primary use is to provide a return, it is probably fit to fully understand where the return is coming from and to think about what will happen either when the source of return runs out or when the influx of newcomers into that system begins to slow or stop. Now the second lesson here is that a new and complex system can hide unsuspected attack surfaces. In the crypto market, many ALT coins are fairly new and experimental concepts. There are bound to be cryptos that will crash on their own, or technological or economic flaws will surely be exploited by a malicious entity, especially if it is possible for that entity to take advantage of the flaw in question. While in hindsight it may seem obvious, it is not a given that an attack of this magnitude could completely destroy the Luna system by creating a downward spiral on UST and Luna values. The lesson here is that the newer a system is, the more likely it is to collapse due to an unforeseen flaw. The easiest thing to do is to take your time to study the systems if they are new or complex. And finally, the third lesson to be learned that is probably the most important is that a system with proper functioning or even survival that depends on a small number of people who hold the decision-making power is an inherently fragile system. The choices that were made by the Luna Foundation were to use Bitcoin, which is still too volatile, as collateral in place of the dollar, and what was done afterwards to try to restore the proper functioning of the USD. All of this probably made the situation worse and may have accelerated Luna's downfall even more. From this point of view, investing in ALT coins, at least in the majority of ALT coins, is a bit like investing in a startup with a team, a charismatic leader and a foundation or a company behind the project. The word decentralized is often used in all sorts of ways, but in reality, it's about a small group of people who have control over the system. And that brings us to an essential consideration. If there is a small number of people who can change the monetary policy, change the rules of the protocol, or even stop a blockchain, then it is not really a totally decentralized system. And if it is not a decentralized system, then it means that we have to trust these people who govern the system. And if we have to trust these people who govern the system, then how can this crypto guarantee a good form of currency? The most important lesson is that if we want to create a good neutral or ultra-solid currency for our future, we need to make the system as decentralized and anti-fragile as possible to make sure it can follow in the long run. In fact, a good form of currency cannot have a leader, a founding team, or a governance based on the amount of tokens held. Now, in the end, what did we see in this video? We saw that the fall of Luna was a big shock to the crypto market, and that most people had not anticipated this event. Although it was very painful for some people, in a way it is better that the fall of Luna happened now than later, because it would have created even bigger losses, and it means that as many people as possible can learn from it now. The Luna crash has helped evolve our view on crypto investing, and we hope this video will help you realize that as well. Perhaps the Luna crash will reinforce the idea that there is nothing more important for a cryptocurrency to be anti-fragile, and that Bitcoin is likely the crypto that is the most anti-fragile. Bitcoin makes no promise of any kind of return. It is the network that has suffered the most attack attempts since its inception, but despite this, it has always resisted all of these attacks and has never been stopped. Finally, Bitcoin's operation does not depend on decisions made by a small group. It is by far without a doubt the most anti-fragile system par excellence, thanks to the decentralization of its nodes and the use of proof of work, which anchors monetary creation in the real world through the expenditure of energy. And that's it for this video. I hope you learned a lot from this one, and if you have any more comments, suggestions, or questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, give us a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed this video thus far, and click the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video online, you will be the first to get notified. Till soon!